You're cruising down the highway when that little orange light pops up on your dashboard. You know the one. Maybe it's the check engine light or the oil pressure warning. And what do most drivers do? They keep driving. I'll deal with it later, you tell yourself. The car still runs fine. Here's what nobody wants to admit. That little light you're ignoring right now could be the difference between a $50 fix and a $7,000 engine replacement. I've seen it happen countless times. Drivers come into the shop after months of ignoring dashboard warnings, and by then the damage is done. The repair bill makes them sick. The automotive industry doesn't exactly encourage you to take these warnings seriously either. Dealerships love it when you wait until complete failure because that's when they make the real money. But I'm not here to protect their profit margins. I'm here to protect your wallet and your vehicle. Today, I'm breaking down the 5 most commonly ignored dashboard warning lights and showing you exactly what they mean, what they'll cost you if you ignore them, and how to address them before you're facing catastrophic failure. Some of these might shock you. Let's get into it. Warning light. Number 1. Check engine light. The expensive gamble. Most people think the check engine light is like that friend who cries wolf. It comes on, the car still drives fine, so they assume it's nothing serious. Maybe a loose gas cap, maybe a glitch in the system. Your neighbor probably told you they drove for months with their check engine light on and nothing bad happened. But here's the dirty secret. That check engine light is your vehicle's last-ditch effort to warn you before something expensive breaks. According to the 2024 CarMD Vehicle Health Index, 48% of U.S. drivers had an active check engine light, yet most never bothered to diagnose it. They gambled with their engine's health and lost. The truth is, what starts as a faulty oxygen sensor costing around $150 to replace can escalate into catalytic converter failure. That repair? Anywhere from $1,300 to $3,000 depending on your vehicle. I've seen Ford F-150s and Chevy Silverados come through with completely destroyed catalytic converters because the owner ignored that light for 6 months. The oxygen sensor was feeding incorrect data, the engine was running too rich, and the catalytic converter got cooked from the inside out. Here's the kicker. Tribology labs have proven that even minor sensor failures create a cascade effect. Your engine management system relies on precise data. When one sensor fails, your vehicle compensates incorrectly, causing accelerated wear on other components. Instead, you should invest $30 to $100 in an OBD2 scanner. These diagnostic tools plug into your vehicle's computer and tell you exactly what triggered that light. Most auto parts stores will scan it for free, but owning your own gives you the power to monitor issues in real time. The moment that light appears, scan it, get the code, research what it means for your specific vehicle. This approach catches problems early when they're still affordable to fix. You'll extend your engine's lifespan significantly and avoid those $3,000 surprise bills. One of my subscribers caught a failing mass airflow sensor this way and spent $75 on the part instead of waiting until it damaged his engine control module, which would have cost him $1,200. But if that shocked you, wait until you hear what ignoring the next warning light can do to your engine. Warning light number 2. Oil pressure. Warning, the engine killer. You've probably been told that modern engines are tougher than older ones, that they can handle a little abuse. Some people see that oil pressure light flicker on and think, I'll check it this weekend. They keep driving because the engine sounds fine and there's no smoke coming from the exhaust. But here's what they don't tell you. Your engine oil doesn't just lubricate. It's the lifeblood that prevents metal-on-metal contact at temperatures exceeding 200 degrees Fahrenheit. When that oil pressure warning illuminates, you've got minutes, not days, before permanent damage occurs. According to automotive engineers, 50% of engine damage caused by oil system neglect could have been prevented with immediate action. I've seen Chevrolet Malibus and Dodge Ram 1500s come in with completely seized engines because the driver ignored the oil light for just one more day. The repair bill? $5,000 to $7,000 for a complete engine replacement versus a $20 quart of oil if they'd checked it immediately. The reality check here is brutal. Low oil pressure means your bearings, pistons, and cylinder walls are grinding against each other. Every second you drive with that light on, microscopic metal particles are contaminating your oil, creating a snowball effect of destruction. The engine might run for hours or even days before it finally gives out, but the damage is accumulating with every revolution. The solution is non-negotiable. Pull over immediately when that light comes on. Check your oil level right there on the side of the road. If it's low, add oil before driving another mile. If the level is fine and the light stays on, do not drive the vehicle. You've got a mechanical failure in your oil pump or pressure sensor that requires immediate professional attention. This protective action saves your engine, period. by responding within minutes instead of days, you're looking at a potential $200 repair for a faulty sensor or oil pump instead of that $7,000 engine replacement. For high-mileage vehicles, this single habit is the difference between making it to 300,000 miles or needing a new engine at 150,000. And if oil pressure concerns you, the next warning light we're covering causes even more sudden, dangerous failures. Warning light number 3, battery and charging system warning, the stranding light. Most people think a battery warning light means you've got plenty of time before anything serious happens. After all, the car started this morning, right? Your battery must be fine. Drivers see that little battery symbol illuminate and convince themselves it's just the battery getting old, something to address eventually. The truth is, that warning light indicates your charging system is failing right now. Your alternator isn't generating enough electricity to power your vehicle and recharge your battery simultaneously. According to AAA research, approximately 1 in 5 drivers with a faulty charging system will experience complete vehicle shutdown within 12 months. But here's what makes this particularly dangerous. It often happens without warning, leaving you stranded in traffic, on the highway, or in an unsafe location. The data gets worse. Ford Explorers, one of America's most popular SUVs, have documented charging system failures that start with an ignored battery light and end with a completely dead vehicle and a repair bill averaging $1,200. That's not just the battery replacement at $150 to $400. That's the alternator, the voltage regulator, and potentially damaged electrical components that got fried when the system failed catastrophically. What they don't tell you is that modern vehicles are electrical powerhouses. Your engine management system, fuel injection, ignition system, all of it runs on electricity. When your charging system fails, your battery might keep the vehicle running for 30 minutes to 2 hours depending on its condition, but you're on borrowed time. Here's what you need to do. The moment that battery light comes on, head directly to a mechanic or auto parts store. Most stores will test your battery and alternator for free. If the alternator is failing, replace it immediately. Yes, it costs $400 to $800 depending on your vehicle, but that's infinitely better than being stranded or causing additional electrical damage. This prevents catastrophic failure and keeps you safe. You'll avoid those emergency tow truck calls that cost another $150 on top of your repair bill. If you're finding this information valuable, hit that like button to help other car owners discover these truths. But the next warning light we're covering affects a component that costs even more to replace when it fails. Warning light number 4, transmission temperature. Warning: the silent transmission killer. Your owner's manual probably mentions the transmission temperature warning light in passing, maybe with a note that says, "If illuminated, stop driving and allow transmission to cool." Most drivers in cars see it come on during heavy towing or mountain driving and think it's normal. Just a temporary thing. The light goes off after a while, so everything must be fine, right? But here's the kicker. Transmission fluid operates within a very specific temperature range. Your transmission is designed to run at around 175 degrees Fahrenheit. When that warning light activates, your fluid has exceeded 240 degrees. At that temperature, your transmission fluid breaks down chemically. It loses its lubricating properties, and the damage happening inside your transmission is permanent. Our research with high-mileage American trucks shows that Chevy Silverados and Ram 2500s are particularly vulnerable to this issue. Drivers towing heavy loads ignore the temperature warning, thinking they can push through it. According to AAA reports, transmission fluid overheating is one of the leading causes of transmission failure, with repair costs ranging from $2,000 to $4,000 for a rebuild or complete replacement. The reality that nobody wants to face: your transmission contains dozens of clutch packs, bands, and seals that require proper lubrication and cooling. When fluid overheats, these components experience accelerated wear. What should last 200,000 miles might fail at 80,000 because of repeated overheating incidents. The damage is cumulative. Every time you ignore that light, you're shaving years off your transmission's life. The solution is straightforward but requires discipline. When that transmission temperature light comes on, pull over immediately. Let your engine idle in park or neutral for 15 to 20 minutes. Check your transmission fluid level when it's safe to do so. If you're towing, you might be exceeding your vehicle's capacity or need an auxiliary transmission cooler. This protective measure extends your transmission life by decades. For trucks like the Ford Mustang or GMC Sierra, known for reaching high mileage, proper transmission temperature management is the difference between a transmission lasting 300,000 miles versus needing a $4,000 rebuild at 100,000. You'll save massive amounts of money and avoid being stranded with a failed transmission. And if transmission repairs sound expensive, Wait until you hear about the next system that affects your actual safety on the road. Warning light number 5. Brake warning. Light the critical safety failure. You've probably been told that the brake warning light usually means your brake fluid is a little low or your parking brake is slightly engaged. It's treated as a minor inconvenience, something to check when you get around to it. After all, your brakes still work when you press the pedal, so how urgent could it be? And let's be real, this mindset gets people hurt. That brake warning light doesn't illuminate for minor issues. It activates when your brake system has detected a critical problem: dangerously low brake fluid, severely worn brake pads that are down to metal on metal contact, or a failure in your ABS system that helps prevent skidding during emergency stops. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration reports that lack of proper brake fluid or worn brake pads contribute to over 300,000 accidents annually in the United States alone. 300,000 preventable accidents because drivers ignored a warning light. The data is staggering. For vehicles like the Chevrolet Tahoe or Dodge Charger, brake system repairs range from $400 to $1,500, depending on whether you need pads, rotors, calipers, or ABS components. Here's the thing that should terrify you. Brakes don't give you much warning before total failure. Unlike an engine that makes noise or a transmission that slips, brake failure can happen suddenly. You're driving normally one moment and the next moment you're standing on a pedal that goes to the floor with no stopping power. That's a life-threatening situation. Bottom line, never, and I mean never, ignore the brake warning light. Pull over safely and inspect your brake fluid reservoir. If it's low, find out why before adding fluid. You've got a leak somewhere. Check your brake pads if you can see them through your wheels. If they look thin or you hear grinding, stop driving the vehicle. This immediate action prevents accidents and saves lives. For high-mileage American vehicles, regular brake inspections catch worn components before they trigger the warning light. You'll spend a fraction of what emergency brake repairs cost, and more importantly, you'll keep yourself and others safe on the road. Subscribe to the channel now and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on more money-saving automotive insights. The financial impact of ignoring these 5 warning lights isn't hypothetical. Let me show you the real numbers. Look, I get it. Dashboard warning lights are inconvenient. They pop up at the worst times, and dealing with them costs money you might not have budgeted for. But here's the bottom line. Ignoring these warnings transforms affordable fixes into financial disasters. A $30 oil change becomes a $7,000 engine. A $150 oxygen sensor becomes a $3,000 catalytic converter. A $400 alternator becomes $1,200 in electrical damage. The math isn't complicated. Your dashboard warning lights are your vehicle's way of protecting you and your investment. Respect them. Address them immediately. Use diagnostic tools to understand what they mean. The money you save will be measured in thousands of dollars, and the safety you maintain is priceless. Hit like if you found this breakdown useful and subscribe to the channel now. I'll continue to guide you through the real facts of car maintenance, saving you thousands.